Orientations, techniques, practices, BDM, BA, and tools for data science, right? So this is a session for all these 6 courses.
Yes, Karthik, thank you. But is there going to be one person who's going to coordinate what's going to come after what? We have Professor Milan from our course faculty who's joined on behalf of the BDM team. So if possible, can we have a BDM first so that sir can answer the queries?
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
Can we get started then?
Yeah. So should we get started?
Yeah, we'll get started. Milan sir, what we will do is the recording regarding the course would first be played, the introductory video, and then the students can ask any questions.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First, maybe we can get started with the BDM. Hello, host. Can you please play the video for BDM?
Yeah, so Malaran, just one quick clarification. See, I think this is more of the way we have had orientations yesterday and before was that students generally come in and ask questions regarding any of these 6 courses, right? So we haven't played any videos yesterday.
Oh, okay. Because we usually have an introductory video that was recorded and that usually gets played. That is why I was wondering. All right, fine. And then we can maybe start off with the questions from the students regarding BDM so that sir can answer, and then if sir drops off, then we can take it for the other courses. That is all.
So Malalan, let's do this, right? Let me give a, maybe a 2-minute recap of what the course is all about. And, then we can take questions from students, and then you or I can answer. Is that okay?
Wonderful, sir. Yeah, sure, sir.
So, guys, this is a course. See, most of the courses in the data science stream are going to teach you how to analyze data using computers, right? But this is one course which is basically going to tell you what kind of data is important and try and give you a feel for what are the real world processes that generate the data, right? So data never exists in a vacuum. Data comes from some real world activity that is going on. So the fact that, we are all speaking today at 6 p.m., there are 40 people in this call. This is data, right? If you look at the list of participants who are there in this call, that is data. So there are real world activities that are going on. maybe let's say 120 students register for the BDM course. That is data. 120 students then write a quiz and they get some marks. That is data. So you will get a feel for what are the real world processes that generate data. This course is actually going to be broken into two parts. The first part is going to try and give you some appreciation for the subject of economics, because a lot of the data that organizations handle is economic data, right? I don't know if you folks read the Economic Times or Mint, but you will see a lot of discussion, as an example, about interest rates. You will find a lot of discussion about inflation. So we will try and discuss some of these concepts. You would have seen ads where companies put out their balance sheet, their quarterly results. So the first 4 weeks, we are going to spend trying to understand some basic concepts of economics, and with a specific view of understanding what is the economic data that is of interest to an organization. The economic data that is of interest to the organization basically gives the context in which that organization lives. And so when you're looking outside, when you're looking from the organization outside, that is when the economic data becomes important. The second part of the course, which is the last 8 weeks, we are going to look at 3 or 4 different organizational processes and how they throw up data. And this is how most managers try and manage large organizations, right? So, and we're going to do this by looking at 4 case studies. We will look at a case study of a e-commerce company, where we will try and understand how goods get distributed from a distribution center, from a godown to an end consumer like you and me. The second case study we will discuss is regarding manufacturing. And we will see how people try and make sure that factories are working efficiently. The third case study we will do is regarding HR, specifically regarding recruitment. And the last case study will be, if any of you have applied for credit cards, there is a certain process that banks go through when they decide whether people should get credit. If you apply for a loan, should they grant you a loan or not grant you a loan? So we will try and do a case study which will try and explain how banks or lending organizations make this decision and what kind of data do they look at, right? So the idea really is to look at an organization and see what is the external data that impacts the organization, what is the internal data that an organization generates, and how to analyze this data so that meaningful decisions can be drawn. In this course, we will use either Google Sheets or Excel, whichever you are comfortable with, as a tool. Please remember that the rest of your courses are actually going to use more sophisticated technology. See, Excel is a very, very basic tool. The rest of your courses are going to use more sophisticated technology to see how some of this analysis can be automated on an ongoing basis. Okay, so that is the broad context of what this course is going to do. Malalan, anything you wanted to add to that?
Well said, sir. I have nothing further to add. The only thing is, before any of you start working on the case studies, we'll first fill you up with all the economics and economics related concepts such as concentration ratios, different financial ratios, what is meant by market analysis, a bit of that. So the first 4 weeks of the course will focus on theory. After that, you will start seeing the case studies. That's it. That is the only thing, sir. Yeah. So
thanks,
yeah, thank you, sir. So any queries to sir first from any of the audience?
Let me turn on my camera so people see me. Yeah, I think Dhruv had raised his hand earlier, if I remember right.
Yes, sir. Actually, I'm doing this course as my full-time degree. I wanted to ask if I can take 4 courses, that is MLT, MLF, TDS, and BDM in one term. Will that be okay, or will the course load be too much?
So, Karthik, maybe you are the best person to handle this.
Sorry, the number of what are the courses? Can you repeat
So
the?
I'm planning to take MLT, MLF, TDS, and BDM in the
Okay,
next.
so yeah, just one. So these questions, if you can, defer them by say 10-15 minutes, you can ask sir. If anyone has a question for sir, we can maybe finish them and come
Yeah,
back.
sure, sir.
Yeah.
Sure, sir.
Sir, about BDM, how intensive is the course? Like how much is the content in the course, and what do you think should be the amount of hours I should be spending a week on the course?
My sense is that it's an average course. It is not, very mathematically intense. Neither is it a light course. So I would say it's roughly, as much load as any other course. A lot of the work in this course actually is going to be about practicing on Excel. Okay. So
Okay.
if you already know Excel, then life becomes easier. If
Okay.
you don't, then my suggestion is do a little bit of practice on Excel first before you get started in the course. We actually have some introductory videos in the course.
Okay.
And so we will use some fairly, funky features of Excel. So
Okay.
it would be good to familiarize yourself with Excel. And that would make the course easier to go along. Right?
Okay, sir. But concept-wise or the theoretical sense, it is not very, it's not much.
It is very grounded in real world examples.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so I would not call it a very theory heavy course. Maybe the first 4 weeks are a little bit more theory heavy, but the last 8 weeks are more grounded in, we've actually invited 4 experts
Okay.
and have them lead us through 4 real world case studies. And we are trying to
Okay.
use the data that they generate in order to analyze and give you a feel. So let me give you an example, right? How many of
Yeah,
you
yeah.
ordered phones on Amazon? Or
Yeah, I mean, most of us are. I have
most
at
of
least.
you have, right? Have
Yeah.
you ever wondered how that phone gets from an Amazon warehouse to you?
Yeah.
Right? In the first case study, we are going to explain to you how Amazon or Flipkart manage their warehouses.
Okay.
How the warehouses are designed, how the warehouses are structured, or how the hierarchy of warehouses is. And we are going to understand all of this not just through stories, but also through data.
Okay.
So it is very grounded in real world examples.
Yes, sir.
The slightly heavy piece will be the Excel piece, in my opinion.
Okay. So will we have to submit Excel sheet as a part of our assignments,
Yes,
weekly
you will.
assignments?
Yes, you will.
Okay. Okay.
Amar,
Thank you, sir.
just to add to
Yeah.
sir's
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead, please.
what you wanted to ask. Have you by any
Yes,
chance
sir.
studied any of your economics related courses before?
No, sir. I come from an engineering. I mean, at least I'm
All
pursuing
right.
my engineering full time. So
All right.
it's
Okay.
not in economics.
So based on our general student feedback,
Okay.
the course, the first 4 weeks, you might have to do a bit. You might have to put a bit more effort. Let's say an hour
Okay.
extra, as you generally do, because this is
Yeah.
something that you would have never studied. After that, you'll
Okay.
get a hand of it, and once all these case studies come, automatically the interest level shoots up, and you'll be able
Yes,
to
sir.
handle. So that is how it
Okay.
works. Just to
Yes,
add
sir,
on
sure.
to what sir said. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
I think Almaiko had his hand up.
Yes, sir. A very quick question.
Sure.
If you can tell us about the project that we have to submit for BDM.
So the idea, right, is that we have done 4 case studies for you. Okay.
Right.
But a real world experience that you get is only by collecting data yourself and analyzing the data yourself. Okay. So that is what is the BDM project that we have in mind. Now, in the past, the BDM project and the BDM course used to be one single integrated course. We have now split it out, and you may choose to look at the BDM project in a subsequent term. Okay, so that you can first learn the theory and then use the theory to gather data and do analysis. What we expect you to do is to go to a some commercial enterprise near you, right? So it could be your neighborhood milkman, it could be the neighborhood ice cream parlor, it could be some students have gone and done analysis of a a warehouse or a distributor of let's say machine goods. So you will get a range like that. The idea is to try and get some data from these guys.
Okay.
Look at the data and try and identify 1 or 2 commercial problems that this enterprise may be facing and recommend some solutions, right? Now, what are we going to pay extra attention to? We really want to see you do 2 things, right? First is get source genuine data. Okay, because by going and talking to a shop owner is really when you will get some real world learning. So we would want you to source some genuine data, and we would like to see some something innovative in the analysis that you do. So those are the 2 sort of top things that will come to my mind in terms of what we will look for in a BDM project. Of course, Ashwin, I think when you get into the project, he will share with you some fairly detailed rubrics of how the project will be evaluated. Okay, but this is broadly what the project is about.
All right, sir. Understood. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then
Sir, good evening. I am Raj Lakshmi.
Yeah, I was just going to call you.
Regarding,
yeah,
you can call me Lakshmi. Sir, regarding the BDM project that you were just talking about, I have already gone through few of your videos on YouTube where you discussed this case studies regarding these BDM theory sessions, and I've started identifying a businessman near me who can share data with me.
Sure.
In this process, actually, I have not enrolled yet. I am yet to enroll, but because of all the discourse posts that I've gone through, BDM project has created so much tension in me. So that's why I started.
No, don't get worried. Don't get worried.
Okay. One thing I noticed is when we go and talk to the businessmen, actually, they have quite a good understanding of the problem aspects, and they know their problems. I don't see what extra value addition we can give. Of course, it is good for our analysis, and I can learn from it. But for them, if I go to a Kirana store and say, this is your potential market, on these days you are selling more, on these days you are selling less. If I say all this, he says, ma'am, I am aware of all this. So
I will not discount that statement. Okay. But some of our students, I think the top 10 projects, we had a presentation that we recorded and put on YouTube, right?
Yes,
have you had a chance to look at that?
I have seen few of them. I didn't go through all.
Right. So, see, some of the students were able to recommend some fairly innovative
ideas,
right? So,
or solutions.
One problem, so one problem actually that is not there in that list of 10, but a student who did a course, who did the project actually this semester, the problem that he had identified was that in a Kirana store, sales fall in the on the weekends. Okay, this is a tier 2 city, and what the Kirana guy found is that actually in large metros, Kirana stores sales increase on weekends, but in smaller towns apparently they fall on weekends. Okay, and so one of the things that he identified was that if you could identify 3 or 4 items that were low volume, high margin, and give a discount on those items, then it may lure customers to the Kirana store on weekends without impacting profitability too much. Okay. Which I thought was a fairly innovative thing that was not at all obvious unless you looked at the
To
data.
the owner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you looked at the data, right?
Yes.
So it is, I agree with you. See, a lot of our businessmen, to be fair, are extremely smart. Okay.
And they have got all the required skills, Jamin. Just because they're uneducated, we cannot underassess their capacities.
And they have a gut feel for how their business works. Okay.
Yes.
I would not at all ever underestimate. They are living the business, breathing the business 24/7. So they know what the business is. Yes. Having said that, it's always useful, okay, to have a fresh pair of eyes, look at the processes.
Yes, sir.
And sometimes you get new insights and sometimes you don't. That's fair. I don't disagree with you.
Okay, sir. Okay, I just wanted to take your inputs on this. Okay, sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Ritvik.
So I just wanted to add to maybe the discussion on Kirana stores. Not Kirana store per se, but I have a gym nearby. So when they started, so with the gym memberships are not a very very stable source of revenue, because people just take the gym membership and then then you get those memberships after maybe 1 year, after bulk of those memberships have happened.
You're right.
So just by adding some additional items like snacks and everything inside the gym, they were able to increase the recurrent revenue streams, which they wanted to maintain, right?
Yeah.
But and also, so the gym owner was actually just asking for advice initially when they opened. So I was able to tell them on which neighborhoods to target with maybe pamphlets, and how that could actually drive traffic, and that actually did drive traffic. So maybe if we have some new enterprises or somebody setting up a new enterprise near where we live, those people would be more receptive on learning from a local on what can work or what cannot work. And even if that local happens to be doing their data science project, they wouldn't mind all that experimentation.
No, absolutely, very well said, Ritvik. Actually, I remember now there was another project that one of the students had done, and that was excellent. There was a guy in his neighborhood who had a milk store. Okay. And this gentleman figured that, a possible diversification could be to sell ice cream. But the way ice cream is sold and the way milk is sold is very different. And so the student had done a study of, what are the process data that, a milk selling business would have versus what an ice cream selling business would have, right? So yeah, I mean, there are always neighborhood stores that are diversifying, new neighborhood stores coming up. So it is an excellent. I think there was also another person who had done a study of a local newspaper, and that was another interesting thing, because he was looking at data of how many segments get reached, where does the local newspaper get its advertisement revenue from, etc. So while Kirana store in vegetable vendor is the most common platform that people look at, there are innovative things, and the way to look at it is to look at, people who are setting up new businesses, people who are trying to add new business lines to their existing business, things like that. So that would be an interesting and excellent network.
I think a lot of NGOs and companies would be interested in just having people do this kind of project on their problems.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
So maybe even in networks of, like, I have my own network of the place I did MBA from. So even if people tell in those networks that there is a bunch of students doing this particular course and they are looking for problems to analyze and maybe give suggestions, that's like a free intern for you.
Yes, absolutely. Very well said.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Sure.
Sir, can we, Sir Kashish.
Kashish. Hi, Kashish.
Good evening, sir. Sir, can we do BDM project and BDM together?
Yes, you can. You can.
And sir, do we need any prior knowledge for BDM
But
project?
it might not be recommended, sir.
Yeah, so I was going to say that. So it is, while you can in theory do those two courses together, our recommendation is to do them, to do BDM first and the project later, simply because what we found in the past is that we teach a variety of tools using the 4 case studies, okay, and sometimes the case that you pick may be better amenable to a tool that we discuss later in the course. So our analysis became very sort of unidimensional, and overall it may be better if you first understand what is it that we are trying to do by doing the entire course and then doing the project in a following semester.
And sir, when is the last date to submit a project? I mean, after the end term or before the end term?
That varies from term to term, I think, if I remember right.
We will have a separate session for the BDM project.
Right.
I think it might be better if you ask those questions there, because that is where all of these information would be available.
Ashwin is going to do a separate session, I think.
Yeah, so there will be a separate session for BDM project where all of your queries of how to structure a project, what are the evaluation criteria, what are the different timelines, what are the different review systems, where you can get content, what type of data.
Sir, on the discourse form, it was written that we can do the BDM project in term break. So I'm asking,
that is what I'm trying to say. Neither me nor sir know the exact timeline of how they fix it for each term, because it's a cyclical process. There'll be some overlaps. That is why the person who's going to handle that project for you, he will have a separate session, because there are a lot of questions that people ask on the BDM project. So for that we have a separate session, and it will be better if you can ask it over there. Our recommendation for your question, can it be done together? Yes, you can do both BDM and BDM project together. However, it might be better if you learn all the tools, then do the BDM product. So do the register for it after you completed BDM.
And sir, this session will be before registration or after? I mean, we have to pick for project while registration or after registration. I mean, we can pick after registration. Means this session will be after registration or before?
I do not know when they have scheduled it. Maybe in another week or so. I do not know.
Okay,
yeah, so I do not know that when they have scheduled that session.
We have to select, if we want to do the project, we have to select it with course registration.
Yes.
It is a credited course, so you will have to select it.
Yes.
Okay, we cannot select it later. I mean, after 4 weeks or 5 weeks. Okay.
No, that you can't do. That you can't do. Yeah.
No.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Can I ask it out, sir? Actually, to be honest,
can you introduce yourself? Saurav, right?
Yes, sir. Saurav.
Yeah.
So actually, I just completed my diploma in programming.
Very good.
And I would like to just start with 3 subjects in data science. So I have decided to go for machine learning foundations, machine learning practices, and BDM.
Okay.
But the major issue with me is that I did really well in maths and stats in foundation.
Okay.
Like, so what should be my pathway to do so? Because I am really up for the 3 subjects, so I won't be reconsidering my decision of changing the subjects. But better than that, I like to just kind of make grades better by studying in the like the 20 days gap we have right now, and making things better for me in the future.
So I would not worry too much about statistics. At least I'm just going to speak from a BDM perspective, okay? And I'll let others answer for ML and so on.
Yes,
But
sir.
I would not worry too much about statistics as far as BDM is concerned. If you want to prepare for our course in the next 20 days, then my recommendation is that you use this time to learn Excel or Google Sheets very well.
Okay. So basically in BDM, we'll be working with Excel spreadsheets and all that stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if anyone is from MLF and ML.
Yeah, so one thing that I would like to add here. So you
Yes, ma'am.
said MLF and MLP. That's what you
Yes,
mentioned,
ma'am.
is it? So
Yes, ma'am.
the path that you follow is MLF and then MLT, which is ML techniques, and then ML practices.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So first you will have to finish MLF and MLT, and then only you will go for MLP. So
Yeah, that's what I said, na MLF and MLT.
MLT you said. Okay. Okay, I heard MLP. All
no,
right.
no, actually I got why I do that requisite document and all that stuff. After that only I decided my subjects.
Okay, so MLF and ML techniques is what you're saying. And you're also saying
Yes,
that
ma'am.
stats and maths is something that you need to focus on, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I would like to add that MLF is, MLF would require a good knowledge of maths and stats. It's a maths and stats heavy course. And also ML techniques is not a light course. So I would suggest you go step by step. First, take up MLF. And then in the next term, take MLT. That would be a better thing, given that you're saying that you need to still focus on maths and stats. I would suggest you to go step by step. First, take MLF.
But ma'am, actually, I only have 6 subjects left, and I was planning to complete it in 2-sem timeline.
See, both these courses are quite important. Okay, both MLF and ML
that thing I understand well.
So if you take, I'm not aware about your other engagements. If you take up both of these in the same term, and also revise your maths and stats, given your other things, I think it'll be heavy for you.
No, ma'am, actually I'm doing this as my primary degree, so there is no other thing in the context.
Okay, if you have a lot of time to spare, then but do remember that you'll have to put in a lot of work. Both of these courses are heavy. They would require a good amount of effort and time. Okay.
So I'm ready to put the effort, but if you can guide me in the direction, like what should I do?
Right now, for the next 20 days, be good in maths and stats. Linear algebra is something you should focus really well, because both of these courses would require you to be good in that. Okay.
Linear algebra part, that vector matrices.
And probability also. Yeah. Linear algebra and probability.
Probability till like which part? Like stats 1 context or stats 2 as well?
Stats 2 as well. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Ma'am, I had a question since this is ML.
One second, Vikram. Sorry. 1 second, Vikram. Yeah. Before we get started, any other questions on BDM? Any other questions on the BDM course related to that? Okay, so if there are no more questions, sir, any concluding remarks from you, sir?
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah, go ahead. If it's regarding,
so can we take MLF and BDM together?
Okay, MLF and BDM will go together with any course, man. unlike MLF or MLT, the BDM course is not extremely heavy on mathematics. The first 4 weeks, based on your background, you might find it a bit, let's say, I would not say difficult, but you might have to put a bit effort to understand what we are talking about. But apart from that, after that, it's going to be assignment after assignment. You'll basically be getting 4 assignments after week 4, between week 4 and week 12. So just imagine you'll have to do that work, but it will be engaging, and it will not be math intensive or linear algebra intensive like the other courses. So that is what would be the statement for BDM. 2 courses in any semester should be doable by anyone. That would be my general thing, but the ML team can answer. ML team.
Yeah, definitely. BDM and MLF, I think they are fine. The 2 courses are definitely doable, right?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions related to
Yes,
BDM?
sir. I'll have one question. I just want to know how much effort is required for the BDM. I have a background of economics, so just I want to know how much is the engaging the assignments.
Okay. So the assignments in BDM, yeah, you should be able to solve any assignment in, let's say, 3-4 days. Once you take it up, I'm telling you, focus on that assignment, you think about it, and you sit and work on it, you should be able to solve it in 3-4 days. Like sir pointed out, each assignment is going to be a case study. So we would have discussed one case, and we would give you a similar data set, and then we'll ask you to solve. And you'll have to give the answers, you'll have to solve and ultimately give the answers or to get an assignment. That is how it's going to work. Since you have a good background in economics, the first 4 weeks would be comparatively easier. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, BDM, I have one more doubt, sir. Can I ask?
Yeah, please go ahead.
See, yes. I actually am a partner in one of the firm which is into customs brokerage. Can I take my firm itself for doing the project, or should I do a project which is not related to me?
You can take your own firm. We do not have constraints about where you get the data from, as long as you are eligible to share the data with us. We will not be asking you to share the data with general public, but you should be able to show that this is authentic corporate data, not from some, let's say, Kaggle source or something of that sort. It should be authentic data from an actual corporate environment.
No, corporate, it is not a corporate, so we are a partnership firm.
Yeah,
that is also fine. Yeah,
that is good actually. So I would actually encourage, if any of you are in this position where you are a part of a firm where you can get data like that, we would actually encourage you to look at your own firm, because it gives you an opportunity to sort of apply what you are learning in real world practice, right? So
that's very good, sir. And okay, that is regarding this one. No issue, sir. Thank you very much. So I can take any firms or any other this thing.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Only make sure that you're not violating anybody's privacy. That's all. You need the consent of the owner of the data to use the data.
Yeah, we can get that. See, I was listening to the Bharti ma'am's last term orientation also.
Sure.
There was the main things what they are telling is there is no data is not going to be used anywhere else.
Correct.
And what she was telling is you only need to know it's authentic data. Correct. You can go to tea shop or even medical shop, whatever is there, but it should be authentic. That is only thing she was telling in that.
Absolutely.
So, but this question nobody asked. So that's why I thought I'll ask you, sir.
No, we would actually encourage you to do that.
Okay, right, sir. Sir, anyway, I'll wait for my turn, sir. Thank you.
I had the same question, sir, and you just answered. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so is it okay if I drop off then? If there are no questions on BDM?
Okay.
Sir, 1 second.
Yeah.
Actually, I was planning to take 3 theory subject and 1 project. I have just finished my foundation last semester. May 1st, I'm going to join my first session in diploma. So I would like to do it in 4 semesters. So I thought I'll do 3 theory and 1 practical, 1 project.
Maybe somebody from the POD can answer, but at least my sense is that is a bit ambitious.
Okay. Okay. 2 plus 1 project.
Yeah, that should be doable. Yeah, but that again depends on the type of course. I'm sure my friends from ML will say do one after the other because they have seen people struggle with 2 ML courses back to back. I'm just guessing based on the discourse again and the orientation. It might be better to do 2 courses, 1 ML and 1 BDM like someone else is doing. Then a project might be a good choice, good fit.
Okay. Second thing, sir, 2 projects also can be done, no? Like if at all we miss it on previous term, the next term can we do 2 projects? That CCC will not come into picture, isn't it?
I am not sure. Anyone else aware of this? I don't believe there's any restriction on doing 2 projects together. I'm not aware of any such thing, but someone can correct me if I'm wrong. Do we have any restrictions on the number of?
Yeah, I don't think we have any restriction there. Yeah.
But the total number of courses in one session can only be 4, right?
No. As per the latest change, only for the theory courses that 4 is there, no, sir? Whether the project course also is taken into that 4?
I have to check. I'm not aware whether project is also included in that 4 or is it just for theory. I will have to check. Not aware.
Yeah,
we'll take it up in the discourse forum, I guess.
Thank
you. Okay. Bharati ma'am, last time she was telling projects are not coming into CCC.
Yeah, that is my understanding, but I cannot give you a wrong answer without having concrete this thing. So my understanding it is 4 theory courses, then projects come, but I will have to get a confirmation on that.
So you'll be posting in discourse, or will in this session only you'll be confirming us, sir?
This session I might not be able to confirm. We'll have to post it in the discourse. Please raise a query there,
Yes,
and we'll verify and we'll let you know.
Sure, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Good evening, sir.
So can I go ahead with my? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, please. Vikram, is yours by any chance related to BDM?
No, sir. No, sir. It's not. I'll mute. Sorry.
Sorry for that. I know you have been raising your hand for a long time.
So let me just repeat. Is there anything regarding BDM, or can I step out?
Hello, sir. My doubt is regarding the whole data science diploma courses. Actually, I did 3 courses and 1 project in programming. But since I have more inclination towards getting a job in data science and data analytics field, I was thinking, can I do more courses of data science first before completing the whole programming? And if I complete all the diploma courses of data science, would I get the diploma certificate for data science? Given that I have only done a few courses of programming too.
So I will let somebody from POD answer, but my feeling, Manan, right?
Sir.
Manan, while we will analyze data in our BDM course using Excel, please remember that as databases become very large, it becomes difficult to manage unless you write code. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I don't see data science and programming as 2 divorced subjects. You need to look at both. At least some basics of both you need. So I would not recommend that you look at data science standalone.
Okay, sir. So thank you for that.
Some programming is necessary, but I let the people from POD answer.
So, sir, I have already done a course in Python, data structures algorithm, database management systems, and MAD1 project. and I have coded an application too. I want to say that I have completed MED1 project, so I have good programming experiences, and I also know library NumPy and Pandas.
Okay, that's good.
So if my main doubt was if I leave programming courses for a while and complete my data science courses first, will I get my diploma certificate or I have to complete programming too for getting both them? Because there's a confusion that fellow students were saying that if you mix the courses from both diploma of data science and programming, then you have to complete both, and after that you will get both the certificates of diploma and programming.
Yeah, obviously, no, because we have look at it like 2 degrees. You have a diploma in data science, diploma in programming. If you do half and half, you can't give you certificates for anyone. So finish one and you'll get that diploma and then finish the other.
Okay, sir.
That's how it works. Yeah. If you want a certificate for something, you have to finish all the courses in that certification. That is how.
Yes, sir. So I was thinking, so I should pause programming for a while and complete all the data science courses.
If there are no prerequisites of any of those programming courses in any data science course, then you can well and go ahead with it. Not a problem.
And then I'll get my certificate for diploma.
Yeah, you will.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Any of the raised hands people, we'll take it like this, sir. Vikram, Naren, or Prashant. Any of you have any questions for BDM?
No, sir, not me.
Okay.
Done, sir. Done.
Prashant?
So not BDM, sir, but in general about diploma in data science.
No, so let's finish BDM and then I'll drop off, okay? Because I have to go for another meeting.
Yes, sir. So I believe there are no more questions on BDM, sir.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, sir. It was very kind of you.
I hope you enjoyed the course.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
Sir, Manan sir, can I go ahead with my questions?
Yes, please, Vikram. Vikram,
yes,
please go
yes,
ahead.
Sir. So my thing is I'm a working professional, and now I'm trying to sort of figure out how to go about this ML. So my idea was to sort of attack this MLF and MLT together because I'm rather running behind schedule on completing the courses. I know that MLF is mainly math intensive, but then MLT, I wanted to get some idea about that course to understand if it is math intensive or is it like, how is it? Is it algorithm based or I know that there are a lot of ML algorithms that are being discussed, but then what is it, like theoretical or application based, or how is it? If somebody could shed some light on that.
Yeah, see, as per rules, probably you can take both these courses together, MLF and MLT, right? But and both, like I already mentioned, both these courses are not lightweight. MLT, if you want to know, so we go deep into the techniques, right? There are several ML techniques. So we go deep into them. We understand how they work. So different algorithms, why and how they work. That's all we do. So it's also mathematics heavy course, as you can say. Okay, Karthik, you want to add more here? Karthik, Nitin?
MLT, ma'am, or MLF?
ML, no, you wanted to know about MLT, right?
MLT and yes, MLT, yes, that's right. MLF is math based, yes, sorry.
Yeah, no, MLF is also like I've already mentioned, right? So MLF would require good basics of stats and maths, right? And MLT also is like you understand how different techniques work. So it's basically mathematical, okay?
It's basically mathematical, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So both of these are heavy. You are working professional, so accordingly you should decide whether to take both of them together or not. If you are taking them together, you do need a good amount of time to spare. Okay.
Okay. Understood. Understood. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Next, Prashant. Prashant, you had a question? Vikram, if you are done, please lower your hand. Prashant, do you have a question?
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, doing diploma in programming first, it help doing data science or vice versa?
I actually do not know. ML team, any suggestions from you? Because you guys are the more math intensive people. We are more business oriented people. So,
Sorry, what is he asking? Which one should be done first, is it?
yeah, which one to be done first?
Okay, I would suggest programming first, because in data science also you need programming, right? That's what I would suggest. But like sir was also mentioning, you might want to do kind of parallelly. If you plan to do both of them, you might want to do take a few courses here and there. You might want to kind of combine. If you have to choose one, I think one after the other, I think I would suggest programming first and then data science, if you have that much time to spare. Others may add in as well. This is what I feel.
Okay, Dhruv.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. My doubt was the same that I am planning to do 4 courses this term: MLT, MLF, TDS, and BDM. Will the course load be too much? I'm
What else
doing
are
this
you
as my
doing?
full-time degree.
What else are you? Okay, you're doing it full time, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is going to be heavy.
Very heavy.
Yeah, for these 4 courses put together, it's going to
Yes,
be.
ma'am, but I already I do programming on my own and I have already started DSA. So courses in diploma in programming won't be that hard. So should I mix up the 2 diplomas? Would that be better?
Yeah, I think if you want to do both, ultimately, both the diplomas you want to do, I think you can do a mix of the courses.
Yeah, because as Bharti ma'am said that project courses do not count towards your CCC. So excluding the project courses, there are 12 courses. So I'm planning on completing both the diplomas in 3 terms. My current CGPA is 9.5, but I'm scared it will take a hit if I take so many courses together.
Yeah, so the courses combination that you just now stated, right, that is a heavy combination. Okay, so you might want to plan accordingly. I would any day suggest first MLF, then MLT. Okay, if you can manage that. But as per policy, they are allowed together. So you do them if you have a good amount of time to spare, you can work hard. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, next person, Ritvik.
So I was thinking of combining, like taking MLF along. Like I'm planning to do the diploma in programming first, but because I'm spreading the subjects out, I'll have like 2 subjects per term there. So I was thinking of combining some subjects from data science diploma along with that programming diploma. So so can I do MLF like subjects like MLF along with those programming, maybe like PDSA system commands and MLF? Like, should I do that or should I include the data science subjects near the end of the programming diploma? Sir, was my question like clear or not?
I didn't hear it in between. So anyone who heard it want to answer or?
Said like like subjects like MLF seems to be mostly maths to the continuation of maths too. So like, but like I can do it right now. I feel that, but should I like do those subjects towards the end so that they connect with the data science diploma?
You can look. This is more of a personal choice. Most people who do courses here, they want to complete and get 1 degree. So it's more of a personal choice, how, in what order you want to do. If you feel that they will be helpful to do it later with these courses, then fair enough. Or else if you want to brush it up again, you can brush it up, because either way, what will happen is, at least from my understanding, once you come to our courses, like especially like MLF, MLT, then you come to BA, for example. By the time you come to BA, you forget most of the basics that you learned in your statistics, so on and so forth. So you might have to do a brush up. So brushing up is something that we'll have to do in any course. So just check it out. That is more of personal preference, how you want to do it.
Okay.
We don't have a solid answer to that.
So like if I can do some questions from the data science diploma, for example, if I feel like, because machine learning foundation seems to be maths 2 continued, right? So if I want to do that and check that off the list, I can do that and then I can revise it later.
Yeah, it might be a good idea to do MLF just after starts 1 and starts 2. But then, yeah, you can, if you want to have a gap between MLF and MLT, probably you can. But I would suggest doing MLF just after math starts courses, okay?
Okay, so because I've just completed maths 2, stats 2,
Okay.
right? So I was thinking, because in the diploma I'm planning to do PDSA and system commands in the first term. So can I combine MLF with PDSA and system commands?
Yeah, PDSA system commands difficulty level. I may not be able to comment, although I know I think I'm feeling PDSA is not a light course as well.
Yeah, PDSA they were saying is not light, and system commands they were saying is light.
Right. So MLF is also heavy, but then doing MLF just after starts and maths courses is what I would suggest.
Okay.
So depends on what else you are doing. If you have a good time to spare, I think you should be able to manage.
I'm only doing, like, I'm doing this course full time, and I'm almost full time, because the job I have is the companies are of my family only. So PDSA system commands and MLF I'm planning to do.
Yeah, I think you should be able to pull it off. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
And for the other terms, like for the upcoming terms, is there, and with subjects like with heavy subjects like DBMS, application dev, and the projects, yeah, would it be recommended to take any other subjects of data science, because they seem to be heavy?
You're asking about the next term after this?
Yeah, so like, because it's a full diploma, right? Within the diploma, maybe MLF can be combined with the diploma in programming. Is there any other subject in the diploma in data science which can be combined with the diploma in programming, or should those be like done?
Like we discussed, as per policies, you can do MLT also, but I would not suggest that.
Okay.
If you're taking other courses from programming,
I want to know what you all suggest, because I made I took stats to maths 2 and Python together, and I've seen how tough that was, and how I probably should have taken subjects in a different way, and maybe done only 2 subjects in the last term. So this time I want to go with whatever is being suggested.
Yeah, okay. So I think from data science, MLF should be sufficient. Okay. If you want to look for other combinations, probably you can just take a look at the courses in programming once. But from data science, I think MLF would be a good bet.
Okay, so I do MLF first, and maybe then just complete all the other subjects in the diploma in programming, and then do the diploma in data science.
In the subsequent term also, you can do some combination of programming and data science. That should be okay, not a problem. But we're talking about the upcoming term, right? So for the upcoming term, maybe later you can take further decision when you reach the next term. For this term, I think they should be okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, I have a small question.
Yeah.
Is it only for BDM or for MLP also the same recommendation holds, like where we take theory in one term and take project in the subsequent terms? Is it the best approach
You're
for
asking about
MLP as well?
MLP, is it?
Yeah. MLP and BDM as well.
MLP project you can do in the same term. When you're doing MLP theory, you can do the project in that term itself.
Okay. And BDM, is it necessary that we push it to the next term, or is it manageable in the
Madam,
same
nothing is
term?
necessary, madam. You can definitely do it along with the BDM course. Why we say do it in the next term is because you might find a bit of a pressure towards the end when you'll have to do the presentation, all of those stuff. That is one. And number two, the reason is you might get exposed to all the tools first before you start doing the work. So that is why, just following Abraham Lincoln's philosophy, if I have to chop down a tree, I would spend time making my axe sharp, right? So that is why we are just saying finish the BDM course, then do the
And also in the four term document, I mean, like suggested pathway for both the diplomas together. In one term, they have put two projects, one related to DS programming and one related to DS data science, I mean, diploma data science, modern application development and BDM. Is it manageable? Like, is this a call out of the diploma in programming scope, or
that pathway is usually designed so that an average student who's going through it should feel comfortable in completing the course. That is what they usually recommend, and that is why the pathway is recommended. So it should be doable. I'm not aware of the other project, but the BDM project, yeah, it should be doable. BDM project, like we said, it's a capstone project. So based on your time, how you are able to collect data, how you are able to spend time to analyze it, it's all based on what you want to do.
Okay. This is the only open question that the suggested pathway is leading to. Okay, thank you.
Yes, Vashishta, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, sir. I have a small doubt regarding the machine learning foundation. I'm doing my other degree simultaneously, so I'm taking this degree slow. The thing is, due to some unforeseen events, I wasn't able to do well in the machine learning foundations course. Like, I have a basic idea of what and how this math works, but I'm not really good at it. And math has always been my weak point. So should I take up MLT in the next course, or should I write the betterment of this MLF?
So you have taken MLF already in the previous term, is it?
Yes.
And your score was low, is it?
I wasn't able to write a quiz 1. I got 60 in quiz 2.
Uh-huh.
And I'm pretty sure I did not write well the end term.
What's your grade, if I may ask? I mean, to help you.
Grade, we haven't gotten grades yet, right?
Okay. This previous term you just now. Okay, it's going on. Yeah. All right. So yeah. So see, it will be good to be good in MLF. See, but if you can do it at your own end and while focusing on MLT, I think that is also okay. See, if you want a good grade to be shown on your progress report, I mean, whatever your mark sheet, right? Then you might want to improve it, the MLF I'm talking about, right? But if you can manage it yourself along with MLT, I mean, that is also okay. The motive is to learn, right? MLT would expect you to be having good foundations so that you don't struggle there, right?
Yeah.
So if you can manage, let's say you tell yourself, okay, in this month, right? In the month of May, before the next term starts, I will work on improving my MLF. You can do that and then take up MLT in the next term. But definitely, like you're saying, you missed one quiz and you were okay overall, not so great in MLF, right? If you want to improve your grade, then I think you would want to go for improvement in MLF, right? I think it's a call you would have to make.
Yeah, I mean, if I opt to take the improvement, can I do MLT simultaneous? Like, is it preferable or is it bad idea?
Okay, this is about the rule. I'm not sure. Sorry. Anyone, Vishal, Karthik, Arun, anyone knows about this rule along with improvement? I think they can do, right?
Yeah, they can, right? Because it'll just be like they're anyway core requisites, right? So MLF
Yeah,
and
they're core requisite, right? So that's not a problem actually. So would this be, good for this candidate? Is what we can think. I think that should be okay. I think you can do that, right? I mean, if you are motivated that you have to fill up the gap that you have at MLF, right? And along with that, you want to pursue MLT also. I think it should be okay. You can do that.
Yeah. And do I have to write all the quizzes again, or just the
In improvement, you do, right? In improvement, I guess you have to do, right?
Okay.
Anyone?
yeah. So
Yeah,
if
you have to.
yeah,
Okay.
if you want to do the course for improving your grades, it's like a fresh course. So you have to do even the assignments, if I'm not wrong. It's not just the quizzes. So or maybe the quizzes, the assignments get carried over, but at any rate, you'll have to do the quizzes and the entry. See, but generally, the grade is not really an issue, right? So I would not suggest doing the whole course again, right? So videos are anyway there, and assignments you will have access to them. So do the course again only if you want a better grade.
Great.
So if you
Yeah, no, I just want better foundation so that I don't
then don't do it.
struggle.
No. Yeah, then don't go for either if you can take a break and study the math on your own, that is you can do that. Otherwise, I don't see a point in repeating the course, right? So
maybe in case he wants a good grade on his mark sheet, right now he won't be able to get a good grade, right? Given
yeah.
So like I said, if he really wants to improve himself, just prepare himself well and doesn't worry about the grade on the sheet, then he can use up this month to actually learn MLF better and then go ahead in the next term taking MLT. Yeah, so that's what Karthik also suggested, Vashishta, right?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, sure.
Thank
you. Hello, sir. Can I ask?
Yes, go ahead, Jimmy.
Sir, I'm Jeet from Delhi. Sir, my question is like I'm a working professional and I want to take 2 subjects, just clear my foundation. So what you suggest me, like 2 subjects, 2 courses, which would be better?
You're asking a person who's going to teach you BDM, so I'll obviously suggest BDM. But unbiased, let someone else suggest, maybe someone from the ML team. What do you guys think is good?
Yeah, from ML team, the first course that one should take is MLF, right?
Okay, then 2 courses, do MLF and BDM, because the next ML course is obviously going to be more difficult. Or you can do MLF and TDS, that is also possible. So that is something that you'll have to decide. So MLF and TDS or MLF and BDM. BDM might be a better pick because you need BDM for doing BA, which is BDM is a prerequisite for BA. So in that sense, doing BDM might be a better option, but yeah, it's a personal choice.
Okay, sir.
Hello, sir. May I ask a question?
1 second. We had Manan Jain. He's raised his hand before, so can he proceed?
All right. Thank you, sir. My name is Manan Jain, and I have already speak before about the courses that I want to take. Since I want to complete this degree, a diploma in the given time frame of in the PDF that was provided in the website for the rigorous path, I wanted to take 3 courses for diploma level in data science. But as you all are discussing that MLT and MLF are not a good combination to take. So I was thinking that should I take TDS, Teams in Data data science with machine learning foundations, and another course.
Just a correction. I believe we are not telling that MLF and MLT are not a good thing to
Yeah,
take
I was
together.
about to say this. I mean, see, you can take them together. Yeah, Maloran, please finish off, then I'll speak.
Yeah. Only I wanted just correct. I believe the team is saying you might find it difficult to complete both of them together. It's a very good combination to do it together. But if you want a good grade and complete it in comfort, that is what the team, I believe, is telling. So just wanted to correct that. But apart from that, no comments. I leave it to the ML team and
Yeah,
the
correct. So that was a good statement I was about to make as well. So if let's say you're doing full time, right? And you not busy with other things like job or other degrees, so you can actually take both of these together. We just want to tell you that both these courses would require a good amount of dedication and effort. Okay. As per policies, you can actually go ahead to take both of them together. But let's say you are not that strong in stats and maths, you have other things to look at, then suggestion is that you take them one by one. That's all. Okay. You can still
Okay,
take them
ma'am.
together if you wish so. Yeah.
Ma'am, actually my stats and maths are quite good. But I thought, will it be allowed that I can take TDS and MLF and BDM together instead of MLT? I thought,
Yeah, I think that should be okay. Yeah.
because I think TDS is a little easier.
Yeah, that's what I hear as well. So BDM, TDS, MLF seems good as much as I know. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Regarding the easiness of TDS, I will not comment. We have a TDS course instructor. Let him sell.
Oh, yeah, right.
So, person from TDS.
Yeah, Marlon Dixon here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good
No,
evening,
TDS
sir.
again, it depends upon the student. So if you're a working professional, if you have some knowledge in programming, then it is easy for you. Otherwise, students in previous terms have commented that TDS is also difficult because you'll definitely will not be explaining to you as to what is actually happening there. We'll give you you'll have lots of lectures on how do you implement your machine learning techniques there. There will be some videos on forecasting, some videos on fraud detection and so on. So we'll be showing you how to implement some Python libraries or some machine learning techniques on some data. We'll not be explaining the programming part. So previously students had some issues saying that we couldn't understand what was going on in the coding. So if you have a better knowledge of programming or some knowledge in data science, then TDS becomes a little easy for you.
Sir.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. So, sir,
Yes.
for the same TDS courses, should we do MLT first? As you said, we have to know some machine learning techniques, or
Yeah,
we can do.
it becomes easier. It is not that TDS is not entirely about machine learning techniques. We have few machine learning techniques that you apply in TDS. So it becomes easier if you have MLF, MLT background. If you know programming in general, it becomes easier.
Okay, sir.
And just a heads up before we proceed. 1 second. So look, MLF, MLT, and MLP. I believe these three courses are math intensive, and the instructors are extremely good. They will be teaching you. However, when you come to courses like BDM and BA, I'll talk about these two. These two courses are more application oriented and business oriented. So we'll not be doing a lot of teaching. We'll be doing guidance kind of an action in these two courses. So that will be a drastic change in how these courses are being given to you as compared to other courses that you have already gone through. All right. So that could be a difference, and this difference, because of this difference, some people find these courses a bit difficult. But the content-wise, the difficulty is not that much. The difficulty comes in implementing. That is where the BDM course and the BA course are slightly different as compared to the others. You will find more amount of independence that we will ask you to do. So we will tell you that this is the technique, this is what you have, go do it on this data set. So we will not be talking about the technique much, because the technique that you are going to learn will have already been taught to you in some of the previous courses, right? So that is how these two courses basically work. So be prepared for that approach in BDM and BA. Yeah. Yes, go ahead.
Sir, I have just completed my foundational. So should I start with the diploma in programming first?
I believe this was already answered. It is recommended that you do a few courses in programming before coming to any of these courses here, because we'll be doing implementation. And if I write something, and if you don't understand that code, then you might find it even more difficult. Difficulty level exponential. So in that sense, it might be better to do programming courses before or data science courses.
So which two subjects you choose?
Programming, I'm not aware. Anyone from the programming team here to suggest courses?
So I think it happened yesterday. See, typically you start with PDSA, right? So you do PDSA and DBMS to start off with, and then you can go to MAD1, MAD2 and others, right? See, but one thing, see, the data science, right? It's not, to courses like TDS and MLP require a lot of programming, right? So they are all about programming, but you can also, courses like MLF, MLT, BDM, BA, I believe they have very little programming in them, right? So 4 out of
BA
6
has. BA is also a bit, you implement the models and programs. So
okay, right. So then, which means 3 out of 6 courses do not require programming, so you can space it out essentially. So if you're good at programming, then you really don't have to worry about stuff in the data science part of the diploma. But if you are new to programming and you have to pick up few things, then this mix and match approach is better. But you should start with PDSA in the diploma, programming diploma, and say MLF, BDM. And
Sir, which topics specifically from programming are needed for this data science?
Sorry, can you come again? It's not audible.
Which topics from programming is necessary for these data science courses?
We for the MLP, right? So MLP is where you will, the machine learning practices is where you will first encounter programming in the 3 ML courses, right? So there, most of the programming required will be self-contained, right? So we'll expect that you know a bit of you are like reasonably good with Python and a few Python libraries. So Anamika, Arun, can you take this since you have been there?
Very sorry, Karthik. I couldn't hear the question properly. Can you please tell me?
Yeah, for MLP, right? So what kind of programming knowledge?
ML practices, you said, right?
Yeah, in general, she's asking about data science diploma, but
okay. Yeah, the kind of programming that is needed for MLP, is it? So definitely you should be good with Python. That's all is needed. So basically, I would say the prerequisites for MLP are Python and ML techniques. Okay. Is that what the candidate was asking? Who was asking this question?
No, Anamika, I believe she is asking what kind of programming knowledge she needs in this thing. So let's say, does she have to know Python or C or something of that sort? I believe.
Okay, yeah. If you're good with Python, that should be sufficient. Okay, the programming capability that is needed for MLP is Python. That should be all. If you're able to code in Python well, and like I said, and MLT is definitely needed. So that's all is needed for ML practices. Did that answer?
Okay, madam.
Okay, Amrita. Yeah.
All right. Next person, please, in the queue. Yeah. Parnika, I believe. Yeah. Ziomi, if we have answered your question,
yes,
please raise your hand. Yeah, Parnika, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Good evening. My question was whether would you advise taking at least 3 to 4 courses in each semester? I'm doing it full time. So again, I think you've answered this, but I'd like to get another confirmation.
That depends on your courses and how good you are in your math level, how comfortable you are with programming, all of that. No? So you can take, look, the reason why they have given 4 courses is for people who are doing this full time and who want to complete the course fast. entire program fast. So that is the reason why they have given up to a limit of 4. The
Yes, sir, got it.
combinations that you take would be a personal choice based on what is your strength, what is your weakness, how much you will be able to spend on your weaknesses, so on and so forth. So the combinations is what matters, and that is where at least from the data science side, since the yesterday was on the programming side, they would have given you what are the tough courses, what combinations you should take over there. On the data science side, it's abundantly clear. Target the ML courses individually as much as possible. If you are doing full time, okay, maybe go for MLF and MLT. Then target your BDM, TDS, and DA. That is how basically it works.
Yes, sir, that's my plan. I'm planning to take MLF in SEM 1, then MLT in SEM 2, and then MLP in SEM 3. So that it could be a continuous sort of thing.
All right, then do this. Then if you want to take 1 more or 2 more courses, take BDM, TDS, BA or TDS, BDM, BA, something of that sort. Based on the 4 courses that you want to take 2
Yes,
from
sir.
data science, 2 from this thing, programming.
Yeah, so for term 1, for SEM 1, I have like a lot of free time until September, so I've planned to take 4. So that's MLF, DBMS, system commands, and MAD1 along with the project. Would that be okay, advisable?
3 courses you have sold from programming. Only the programming team which did the session yesterday, they would be able to say whether that is okay or not okay. Just doing one MLF, right? So that should be absolutely
Yes, so
fine.
that's because my math and statistics is average, and I would like to get it stronger so that I can only focus on that at first. I'm taking BDM in SEM 2.
Okay. Like I said, the team is absolutely encouraging that. The ML team is actually encouraging what you're trying to do. So if they are all very happy, we are all very happy, and you can also be happy. Yeah.
All right, sir. So completing the entire both of the diplomas within 4 to 5 semesters, would it be possible at this rate? Like with my efforts also, assuming I pass everything.
If you pass everything, you're doing 4 courses now. So divided by the total, you should be able to complete. So how well, how good, that is your capability.
All right, sir. That was my question. Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Yeah. Next person, please, Mathur. Please lower your hands if your question is answered. Yeah, Mathur, please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Sir, I have completed my diploma in programming this term. I'm planning on doing. I have completed my college also this month. So I was planning on doing this 3 courses in the following. I haven't touched data science courses yet. So I was planning on MLF, BDM, and tools in data science. Would that be advisable?
From BDM side, it should be possible. MLF and TDS, they can tell.
Yeah, it looks like a decent combination to me.
Okay,
TDS
so,
again
like,
can comment. MLF is definitely fine with BDM. Yeah.
like in the next term, MLP and MLT, will they go together well? If I take only machine learning foundation this term, will MLP and MLT go together well the next term, or it will be tough for me to manage, or it would be tough or like very time consuming?
Would be a good idea to take them one after the other. Yeah, that's what I would suggest.
Like MLT and MLP.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So maybe do this next term, do MLT, BDM project and BA. Then in a final term, do just MLP. That should be comfortable. And then the project if you have any other thing.
Okay. I was actually planning on doing this diploma in data science in 2 terms. So, like, what all other combination can I try out? Or like, can I take MLP also here instead of tools in data science?
We can only suggest the possible ways that we feel everyone is comfortable with. If you are confident, you can definitely go ahead. This is what the team always keeps repeating. And always remember saying, Man proposes, IIT Madras disposes. So I'm just making fun. That was just a fun statement. No pun intended, nothing else. So yeah, it's your capability, man. Look, it is possible, like the team says, you can do MLF and MLT together. That is, the feasibility is given, but it is your comfort level. So
okay,
that is all we can tell now.
okay.
Recommendation is always do MLF, then MLT, then MLP. That is what the team says. Same way we are telling do BDM and TDS maybe together, or do BDM, TDS, BA, however in what combination you want. If you want to complete it in 2 terms, you will have to see your workload.
Okay. See, like then the TDS, BDM, and MLF would be more favorable in this, and I defer it MLP to the last term for the third one.
That should be the best ideal choice. Yes.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Sir, what deferring what to last term would be best choice?
No, would be MLP. Last MLF, MLT, MLP.
Okay.
Split. Yeah. Okay. So, Ritvik, we already had you. So maybe we'll have Ramya first. Yeah.
No, sir, like I actually wanted to ask another question. Like, if a subject is a core requisite, can I also do it as instead of a core requisite along with the subject? Can I do it like before?
No, you can't do it before. Core requisite means you do both the courses together. Let's say A and B. For example, let's take the same example. MLF and MLT are MLT is core requisite for MLF, I believe. So then you can either do MLF and MLT together, or you can do MLF then do MLT. You can never do MLT before MLF. That is not possible.
No. It's like if I do MLF in one term and then the next term I do MLT, like if provided they are core requisites, I don't know.
That you can do. That is what we are telling. When something is said as core requisite, you either do them together or you do one course followed by the other. So if MLT is the core requisite for MLF, then you must complete MLF before doing MLT. You cannot do MLT then MLF. That is not.
It's not necessary that I do them at the same time.
Not necessary. Core requisite means for doing this you need that. You can either have completed that and come to this, or you can do it together. That is possible.
Okay.
Whereas it's a prerequisite, you must complete it. For example, BDM is prerequisite for BA. You must complete BDM before you can even touch BA. You will not be able to register for BA without doing BDM.
Okay. Also, I wanted to ask, there is in the grading document, there is a 6-term spread of doing diploma in programming and data science together. So although I had a different plan, so I just wanted to ask if this also works. So this 6-term spread of having DBMS and PDS in first term, then having MAD1 theory, MLF, and basically this chain is being followed: MLF, MLT, MLP across 3 terms. So going by the suggested paths would be recommended, right?
Yeah, that is why it is suggested now.
Okay. So because one possible advice was also that take PDS and system commands together, because PDS is difficult. Though at least the Python folks were saying this in programming session. And then they were saying that maybe do the programming thing first and then do data science diploma. So if I do the suggested paths, the subjects which will be needed in the data science diploma will already be covered in the subject suggested path, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. Then I'll probably think more on the suggested paths as well.
Okay, Ramya?
Yes, for the next term, I'm planning to take 2 projects along with 3 subjects, MLP, BA, and TDS. And the projects are MLP and BDM's projects. So, I mean, is it too hectic or possible?
Okay, I'll let the ML team answer this question. The courses seem fine. The project intensity of the ML project I do not know. But BDM recommendation, like everyone else, complete the course, then do the BDM project. That would be the recommendation. It's not necessary, but that would be the recommendation. You'll find it much
Yes,
more
sir.
comfortable. You will be able to do a much better job.
Yes,
But
sir, I am
regarding
taking
the low-
BDM this term.
Okay, we are asking for the next term.
Yeah, I'm taking BDM this term, but I'm planning to take the project next term.
That is fine. When you say this term, you are going to register for it in the coming, this is what, May, right? Yeah. So you are going to do it in the May 2023 term. Is that
I'm
what you're
doing
going to say?
yeah, I will take the BDM in May term.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the project in
BDM in May term
September.
and the project in September. That is fine. That is absolutely fine. That is what that's what we recommend. Yes.
Yeah, my query is that taking 2 projects along with 3 subjects, I mean, will it become
In September,
like
in September term.
September.
So in September, you want to do what again? You want to do BDM project?
BDM project, MLP project, and MLP theory, BA and TDS.
Okay. You might find it heavy because you will have 3 assignments in BA. That is for sure. BA, I don't believe you should find it that difficult as compared to the other courses, but you will have assignments to do, and you will have to do some follow-up. There'll also be, I think that is why you'll first come to optimization also towards the end. So DEA and conjoint. Okay, might be a bit heavy from my perspective, but doing regarding the MLP and MLP project, that someone else has to sell. I'm not sure, but it
Yeah,
might be a bit
MLP and
heavy.
MLP project. Sorry to interrupt you, Mulu. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, I'm done.
MLP and MLP project that takes up some time. So you're taking 2 other apart from MLP and MLP project, you're taking 2 more theory courses, right?
And also BDM project.
And also BDM project. That's a good load. You're doing full time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if you're doing full time, they should be okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're not engaged in any other thing, they should be doable. But yeah, MLP project does require, so when you do MLP, there are 2 OPPs apart from the other 2 quizzes and 1 final exam. There are going to be 2 OPPs, and then MLP project on Kaggle will be there, and then Viva will be there. That all will come up. Okay, just be aware. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's possible, right? I mean, with full time.
Yeah, if you're doing full time, it is possible. Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, next person, Rashina.
Hi, sir. My name is Rashina. I'm a direct diploma student in data science. So I would like to take MLF and MLT together because I'm having quite good time up to September, but after that I will be a bit busy. So is that okay to take them together?
We would just tell you that they are going to be heavy and not easy. But if you have special reasons that you won't be able to manage them one after the other, then you can take a call. Okay.
Because I don't have anything to take from the diploma in programming. So, and I will get 40 hours per week. So is that enough for?
Just a clarification before even Anamika madam says any answers. When you say direct diploma, have you done the stats course and maths course before this?
Yeah.
You have completed that.
Yes.
How comfortable were you on those 2 courses?
It was okay for me.
Okay.
Good for me. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Then based on that, Anamika madam can suggest. Yeah.
Yeah. So nobody is stopping you. So in fact, they are together as a co-requisite for such cases only who really want to finish off. Okay. But then we need to tell you the difficulty level, which we are telling you. If you are very good in maths and stats, probably you can try this out. But both are heavy courses.
and both are the most important courses in ML. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 40 hours will be enough for
Well,
them.
that is relative, right? That depends on the candidate, how much they know or don't know. I don't know. I think 40 will not be sufficient, but I don't know. 40 per week, you're saying, right?
Yeah.
It could be okay. It could be okay. So that's all. That's the 2 courses. No other course.
If I can do that together, then I will choose them two only.
Only.
Otherwise, I should go for BDM and BDM
Okay. Should be okay if you're good with the linear algebra and all these things, right? Should be okay. You can take this bet.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, can I ask?
Yeah, go on.
Ma'am, will you suggest me to take one course from programming and one from diploma?
Yeah, I don't see any problem there. Which ones are you planning?
MLF and DBMS.
Are you done with BDM and TDS?
No, ma'am. I'm selecting for first time.
Okay. I think it should be okay.
For professional.
You're working?
Yeah.
Yeah, DBMS is okay, I guess. Not heavy, not light. That's all I know. I mean, it's not a light course for sure.
Is it lighter than Stats 2?
It depends on the person, but Start 2 is a decently heavy course, as I know. Okay. So I think DBMS should be a little lighter than Stats 2. Of course, it depends on students' past knowledge. Yeah, DBMS and MLF, I think they can be managed. Okay, they can be managed.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, Prashant, you have a question?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Prashant.
Apart from MLP, which other subject needs knowledge in programming, ma'am?
I'll tell you about ML courses, okay? So yes. MLT, so actually we had the programming component in MLT earlier, but then we decided in the last term, we decided to keep it separate, which means after MLT, we conduct a workshop where we demonstrate using Python the ML techniques implementation, okay? So there programming will be needed. Definitely ML practices is completely programming based. ML techniques, like I said, during the course, we don't expect the candidate to be, working with code. Why? Because as I told already, ML techniques is already a heavy course. And we found that the students found this to be too much to understand the techniques and implement them from scratch. That's why we decided to segregate ML, programming part of ML techniques. We kept it separate from the course. We conducted as in the form of a workshop for those who really want to understand, coding these techniques from scratch. Okay. So that's the programming component needed for ML techniques, not for the course per se, but for the implementation. And if you really want to, participate in that workshop and learn coding the concepts, their programming will be needed. Does that answer, Prashant?
Also, which other subject apart from MLP?
In BA, you will be having a bit of coding, but you will not be building the code from scratch. What we usually do in BA is we will demonstrate the code for a particular data set. We will be giving you the code and a different data set. Any hiccups in that data set, let's say we have a missing value, you will have to impute it. Then you have to write that piece of code inside my data, my particular code to solve it. So that is how it's going to work in BA. And that is why BA usually comes after you have done some of these courses like programming courses or your MLF, MLT. Coming by that point in time, most people have already been exposed to Python coding, and that is what it will be. It will not be intensive coding. It will be patchwork that you might have to do based on your requirement. Not that even that is not extensive, but a very, very minute level, some small adjustments here and there, something of that sort, since that is a business oriented course. So that should be the requirement in BA. TDS, I believe Dixon has already said.
TDS requires good programming knowledge. You might find it difficult if you don't have some prior knowledge in Python programming.
Sir, means Python in foundation, is it sufficient? That knowledge is sufficient, or more knowledge is required?
Python knowledge, yeah, that is good enough, but students have found it difficult. It is usually better to take TDS after you have some knowledge in machine learning. After you take your machine learning courses, if you take TDS, it is easier. It becomes a cakewalk, I would say. Otherwise, students have actually found it difficult.
And that is not because of the programming per se. It is because people don't know about those machine learning techniques. So the problem comes there, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, let's say he's implementing a machine learning technique, and you don't even know about the technique, and you want to write the code for the technique, it does not work, right? So that is why it becomes a cakewalk. Once you know the technique, you have already learned the programming, and you come there. When it comes to BA, you do not have that kind of a problem. If you have the fundamental Python, you should be able to handle BA. Okay.
Sir, Python that was in foundational level.
Yes, yes. Python that is in foundation level, that is more than enough.
So, sir, can we do data science diploma first and then programming?
No, that is what we told you. No, that will not work to do data science programming first because of the other courses. I told you only for BA. Whereas when it comes to TDS or MLP, the programming knowledge becomes more intensive, and that is why you'll have to do the other programming courses and come here. Making sense? Yeah. We have actually spoken about 3 courses, 3 different, let's say, courses, and the level of requirement in those 3. For TDS, you require both ML knowledge and Python knowledge. For BA, the fundamentals of Python is enough. For MLP, again, they are going to teach you the programming that is required for implementing those models from scratch over there. Yeah.
Sir.
Yes, go ahead. Before we come to you again, there's a new person who's raised hand. Let's give them a chance. Valsan Gopalan.
Sir, one more question. Follow
up. Okay, go ahead, Prashant.
Sir, mainly Python knowledge is required, sir, and not Java.
In tools and data science, we primarily use Python, at least in the courses that I handle. ML team, what is the tool that you guys use? TDS, what is the tool that you guys use?
Sorry, Malonan, what are you asking?
The student asked me whether only Python is being used in data science, or do you also use other tools like C, Java, so on and so forth?
No. We are using Python only in both ML techniques and ML practices. We are not using any other programming language.
Okay. Dixon, for TDS?
Yes, only Python. Only Python.
Okay, we are all Python guys here in data science. Yeah. All right.
Also, Google Colab will be used.
In BA, we use Google Colab. Yes.
Yeah, in MLT and MLP, we use Google Colab. Yes.
So I should work on my Google Colab skills for the 20 days.
Yeah, I mean, that's not going to be difficult. And we might probably plan a workshop also, but that's in the process of deciding. So that's why I'm not assuring, but it's not going to be difficult. Yeah. I mean, we'll teach you whatever all is needed.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, Valchan Gopalan, please go ahead.
Yeah, I think I just missed the point which was discussed just some time ago, that for PDSA, MLT is an advantage to learn prior to taking PDSA in programming.
Sorry, which one you
Was
want to
something like
request?
that said?
I can get the question
Or
properly.
taking PDSA in programming,
Hmm.
was it discussed that it is better to know MLT?
No. We didn't say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
The conversation was this: someone wanted to do a course in ML programming and in data science. So in that sense, we said maybe do PDSA and MLT. That is okay to take. That is what Anamika madam was actually suggesting. So I believe
It has some connection or relation, you mean?
No. We just said you will have to do MLT, then MLF, then MLP. So when you are doing that, why don't you take a course in programming? It will be helpful because data science, all your degrees in data science require some level of programming in some tool. So if you have that thought process in you, it will be good. And when you wanted to take, maybe take PDSA was the suggestion. That is all. But again, PDSA's heaviness, all of those stuff. Yesterday's orientation would have been on that.
Okay. But to take MLT, you have to first finish MLF, right?
Yes. It is not that you have to finish. It is better to finish. You will do both of them together according to the rules, but the team feels MLF then followed by MLP is better.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Yeah. Xiaomi had something. Yes, Xiaomi.
Sir, do you suggest that first I complete like what you teach BDM, right? So first I will take BDM in May term, and in next term the project part. Okay. Right. This is what you suggest.
Yeah. For BDM, that is what we suggest. Complete the course, then do the project.
Project with other theory courses.
Yeah. That is okay. Again, the load depends on you. But for the BDM project, complete the BDM course is our recommendation.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Someone has asked in the chat, is it good to take MAD 1, MLP, BA plus BDM project? Okay. I don't know. I think that it's a bit too ambitious because MAD 1 and MLP might be a bit heavy, but yeah, someone else can suggest. This was in the chat, by the way.
MAD 1 and which one? Sorry.
MAD 1, MLP, BA plus BDM project.
4 courses.
3 courses, 1 project.
Okay, 3 courses, 1 project. MLP project.
He's not doing.
He's not doing. Okay. Okay. This is too much. I mean, maybe the candidate can also tell what else they are doing. Tanmay, right? Okay, yes. I can do MLP project in the next term. Yeah, you can do MLP project in the next term. Yes. You're doing BTech. Okay, so you're doing another degree. So you're being too ambitious choosing these 4 things together, actually, along with your degree. That's what we would say. Probably take 3. 3 should be okay. 2 courses and 1 project should be okay. But then rest depends on you. Okay.
Even that, being a BTech student, you might find the BDM project a bit challenging because that would be the first time that you're going to go collect data, and it will be a hard task. So try to maybe do 1 course and BDM project, or the 2 courses and push BDM project even further away. Do the BDM project. My suggestion to anyone who is doing the BDM project, particularly doing another degree like a BTech degree, do the BDM project during your vacation, guys. That is when you will find sufficient time to go talk to people, spend time with them, collect the data. So take it during your May break or during your December break. That is when you should be able to collect the data. You will have the time to collect the data. Okay, more on the chat. If we do data science diploma first, then diploma, then programming diploma. Amrita, I believe we have already answered this. You need a certain amount of programming skills in doing data science in doing the data science diploma. So it might be better to do a few programming courses so that you get into the groove of thinking about how to write programs, then come here and the team will build you up for data science, for the data science models, implementing those. So that would be our suggestion. Project work exclusively on the BDM project. There will be a session by Ashwin sometime in the near future. So please join that. There he will give you a complete idea about the project. Okay, what does TDS and BA contain? I will ask Dixon, can you please answer that question first? What does TDS contain? Then I'll talk about BA.
Yeah, sure, Manu. So TDS is purely about different tools that you have that you use in data science. It exposes you to all those tools, right from your data visualization to getting the data or preparing the data. How do you extract data, then using these Python libraries, or how do you scrape data, and then how do you model the data. So you have different steps in TDS, and what sort of tools actually come into play in each of these different steps. So it is basically exposing you to all sorts of tools that we use in data science. That is what TDS is about.
Okay, BA is about the business perspective of data science. It's business analytics. So you will start to know about, let's say TDS, they focus on the tools for building visualizations. We would ask you, or we will explore about what visualization to be used for what business context. So that will be the first week. Then we will be using your statistic techniques. Let's say, how do you fit a distribution? What is, whether two variables are independent or not, your goodness of fit and your test of independence in a business context, how does it work? So that would be your content. And we'll be building up on that. So business analytics is purely going to be business oriented. For a business problem, where does your tools fit in? What do you do with them? When do you use what tool, right? So that is going to be the focus of the BA course. And it is a 12-week course. We will have to make a correction in the website. It is going to be a 12-week course. There are a few changes in the syllabus as well. So that is the focus of BA. I hope we answered your question in the chat. Okay. Can you tell us about the MLP project, madam, or anyone
Yeah,
from
what do
MLP?
you want to know about MLP project? So the project will be run on the Kaggle interface. Okay, and after the project, there'll be a Viva. So what exactly do you want to know?
Tanmay, maybe you can unmute and ask. While we wait for Tanmay, let's go to the chat. Abhinav, you had a question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I'm currently completed my foundation. I want to go into diploma round. So I'm planning on taking the both diplomas at the same time. I'm just confused about the projects and how long would it be, like what would it be? I don't understand that. So I'm struggling to see which path should I take. Should I take for like 6 terms or 5 terms? I don't get that. Like basically of the courses I'm okay, but I don't know how much time would it take to complete the projects. Hello.
Yeah. I'm also just thinking how to answer this question, to be very honest. You are given time frames for every project, so I don't know. I can't answer how long it will be taking because you'll have to complete the project in the time frame.
Like I want to know what is the process like? What would we be doing in those 12 weeks?
Okay, I'll explain for BDM project. Maybe Anamika madam can answer for the MLP project.
Okay, sir.
So in the BDM project, you will have to collect data for an actual existing business. It could be a firm, it could be a corporate, it could be your local kirana store, whatever. But for some kind of a business, you will have to collect actual data. It should not be scraped from the web, or it should not be from some Kaggle source. We will be able to find out those. So we'll have to have actual data collection. That is the most important thing. Once you've got that, that should be for a business problem that you have collected it. And how do you tackle that business problem, and what is the output that you get, or how do you get that output, and what is the final recommendations that you make? So that would be the scope of BDM project in a nutshell. Again, more in depth on how do you do this, what are the past examples. Some of the best projects are put up as YouTube videos. You can have a look at those. But more in depth would be given separately by that particular instructor, Ashwin, when he takes his session. Yeah. So that is for the BDM project. Anamika madam, over to you for MLP.
Yeah, MLP project, is it? So what you're expected to do is you'll be given a data set and you will be trying out different ML models, and some metric will be given for evaluating your model. So you will be expected to try out different ML techniques and come up with the best model after tuning the parameters. So, and all this you will be doing in Python by making use of sklearn library. Okay. The course ML practices course itself will teach you how to use different classes from sklearn library. That's what you'll be using. You'll be submitting the project code through the Kaggle interface. You'll be having sessions to understand this interface as well, how to submit and how to go around it. And like I said, there'll be a Viva at the end. That Viva will comprise of MLF, MLT, MLP questions. So that's it. Anything in particular you want to ask me?
Okay, thank you, ma'am. I was planning on doing the MLP project in the last term anyway. So I was just wondering, like, the projects don't take up the whole of the time, right? We can do other courses, like we can give more time to other courses, right?
Yeah, you can have a mix of projects and courses,
So
projects and theory.
can I aim for like completing the both degrees in 5 terms? Like we have that path in some graded document, right? Can I choose that? Like
You're
I'm good
saying
at
you take the projects in the end for all the courses?
No, like we already like some path was suggested in the graded document, which was showing like 6 terms, 5 terms, and 4 terms.
Okay.
So first I thought that projects would take a lot of time. So I thought of going for 6 terms. So since you're saying the project, like it doesn't take the whole week, like all 12 weeks, can I combine with few courses and
Yeah,
finish
you
it
can
quickly?
combine a few theory courses and the project courses.
Okay, thanks.
What
And
exactly you're planning to combine, I am not aware. But yeah,
okay.
definitely you can combine, yes.
Yeah, I did not know how longer it would be for projects, so that's why I just asked. So, isn't there anyone from MAD, like application development projects? Is there someone? Can I ask about those?
I believe MAD, the team was there yesterday. They would be able to answer. Maybe you can ask in the Discord and they should be able to answer over there.
Okay, I'll try out. Sir. Thank you.
Okay, Tanmay is asking, are we supposed to make ML model on the data given, or it will be like Kaggle computation? So the answer to both of these is yes. You will be making ML model on the data given, and the computation will be through a Kaggle computation itself. The project will be through a Kaggle computation itself. There will be a private computation that we'll hold on Kaggle. So the answer to both of your questions is yes. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, Maloran, any other question? Do you see or we can, ask them to post their subsequent questions in discourse and
Yeah, we
take
can
it
ask
there.
them to post it in discourse. We have hit 8, so I believe we can wrap up.
Sir,
Yes.
so which are the subjects in programming that I have to do to gain programming knowledge so that I pursue diploma in data science, sir?
Python is the language that we're using in these courses, Prashant. So are you done with Python in the foundation course?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that will be needed. Okay. We are using Python only. Okay, Java is also there, right? So Java course is also there in the programming diploma. In data science diploma, we are using only Python language. Okay.
Prashant, take it like this. If you are good in visual, look, ultimately in data science, we teach you the data science techniques. Then we want you to ask a software to do it. So you should have the ability to visualize how to tell a tool what it has to do. For that, you need the coding skill. The syntax that you required or how you do it in Python, that you would have learned in your foundation level. Here, you should be able to visualize that particular technique. Let's say I want to build a logistic model. You should know what it does, how it does it. That theory will be covered. Then we'll ask you to do it in Python. At that point in time, you should not. You should be able to say, okay, these are the steps. This is the algorithm that I'm going to do. Step 1, step 2, step 3, and this is what I have to code it. So that is where the coding comes into picture. And to get that skill to convert that algorithm to code, you might have to do some other coding courses as well. That is a person's level of understanding. So if you are able to build that model in Python without any of the data science and programming diploma courses, without any programming diploma courses, then well and good, you can just start off here. But if you are not able to have that skill, then it's better to learn those programming subjects, then come here, because then you will have that mentality to visualize your code. Yeah, I believe we'll wrap off with that final question. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Have a great term in May. Make a wise choice of combination of courses. See you all. Bye.
We're going to follow the suggested paths only this time.
All right. Thank you, everyone. See you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.